We actually have Ice Jade for you today. We also have a look at what Invoked is capable of, and Dynamorphia returns along with a few other goodies today. You guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more honest content. Is that Ice Jade? Yes, this was. So out of an OTS championship, I actually saw Ice Jade get 6th place. Now this was I think there were like 25 people in attendance for this event. So before you're like, oh my god, it's Ice Jade, it's nothing. I think this is cool. I've always loved what Ice Jade are capable of. And some of the little extra deck shenanigans that you start to get into down here definitely get a lot more interesting. Also, Egyptian God Slime value over here starts to get kind of interesting. I guess, once again, some of the cool ideas and things that you can do with this deck seems kind of cool. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. You have the triple copies of Ice Jade Acti, triple copies of Agrind, 1 copy of the Ironclassius, and then, of course, 1 copy of the Little Queen thing. And then, of course, we've got triple copies of Verana Green, which is literally the best extender for the entire deck. And then, of course, Ice Jade Tanola, and then triple copies of Tremora. And then, of course, you get to play triple copies of Silent Sea Nettle, because, free extenders, you can get access to your fishy stuff. Then we have 2 copies of Fury of the Kyrishan, triple copies of the Ninian Cradle, triple copies of Ice Jade Cradle, and then we have 1 Ice Jade Curse, triple copies of the Ice Jade Manifestation, a Monster Reborn. We also have 1 Moray of Avarice. We actually get to play this card. 2 Goes in Match, and then we get to play Ice Jade Erosion, 2 Torrential Tribute, and 1 copy of Howling, wrapping up your main deck. Then in the extra, you got Zelantis, 2 Coral Anemone, 1 Iria, 1 Toad, 1 Spawn, 1 Stealth Kraken with 1 Bahamut Shark. Then we have the 1 Changing, the 1 Black Rose, the Psyche and Punisher, the Ice Jade Synchro, and then, of course, Black Rose, Baron, and Egyptian God Slime. And then we have 2 Moonlit Chill, 2 Karikara, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Spellbound, triple Talents, 2 Ice Barrier, and 2 copies of White Howling here, wrapping up your list. Next up here, we have some Invoked shenanigans, sporting off Revolution Synchron. Now, honestly, the inclusion of Revo has definitely turned a lot of heads. I think that this has been a pretty good, solid inclusion into the deck, because you get to turbo out the AFD here, which then speeds you into this incredibly good card. I think a lot of people forget that, you do have, some, synergy with this. Thank you for being a machine, by the way. So, we could Regulus step on out into this. So, incredibly interesting to see. But we got triple copies of Alistair, the Invoker. Triple copies of Ash Blossom. We do play the 1 Blazing Cartesia. Of course, we got triple copies of Droll and Lockbird. You got the 2 copies of Effect Veiler with your triple Ghost Bell. And then, of course, triple Moonlit Chill. Need as many good hand traps as I feel like you can get here with this. And you got the triple Revo with the 1 Regulus. And then 1 Called by the Grave. Triple Invocation with your triple Magical Meltdown. Triple copies of Shadow's Light, because as many normal summons as you can unload in a turn, because Alistair the Invoker is not a once per turn. We also have triple copies of Small World, 1 Terraforming, 1 Disc Coliseum, and triple Tuning. And then down in the extra deck, get the 1 Almirage, 1 Cross Sheep, your 1 Artemis, and then, of course, Apollosi, and then Alistair, the Invoker of Madness, and then we have Crystal Wing, AFD, the Raijin, the Purgatrio, 2 copies of Mekaba. We also have Megalanica, Elysium, the Kaliga, and the Agoides here. And we also have the 1 Change of Heart, triple copies of Crossout Designator, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, 1 Harpies Feather Duster, 1 Upstart Goblin, triple Evenly Matched, and of course we got triple copies of Infinite Permanents here, wrapping up, well, once again, an interesting take on the ideas you can kind of spin together here and actually work out for you. And I think we'll see some more cute little innovations, because Revolution Synchron is just one of those cards that you look at and you're like, genuinely? That's pretty interesting. Next up here, hey. Let's be honest here for a second. Every time we see Dynamorphia kind of kick things off a little bit, you kind of look around and you're like, Dynamorphia, that seems like, I don't know if I want to play that, It's not exactly, grade A fun material, because, Rexstrom down here is, the card that's just a monster. And you know what? It is a monster. But it does get the job done for you, and it does make sure that, you're able to win games with super ease. As much as we laugh at this card, it's incredibly busted. So we have triple copies of Diplos, triple copies of Therizia, we have triple copies of Wannabe, and then of course we are playing triple copies of Fossil Dig with triple Pot of Duality. I really, every time I look at this deck, I'm like, do I want to play the Mystic or not? We also have 1 Alert, 2 copies of Brute, we have 2 Domain, only 2 Domain, that's interesting. We also have triple Frenzy, triple copies of Intact, we also have 1 Sonic, your 2 Ferret Flames with your triple Gozen, of course triple Skill Drain, triple copies of Solemn Judgment, and then we have 2 copies of Trap Tracks here. Wrapping up the main. Down in the extra, you got the 1 Lingariba, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Baguski, got the 1 Logia with the 1 Dolka, 1 Exciton Knight with your 1 Zeus, 2 copies of Stealth Greena, triple copies of Rexstrom, and triple copies of Kingrina. And then, of course, we have triple copies of Droll Knockbird, 2 copies of Ghostbell, we have 2 copies of Hadoken, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Thrust, 1 Dimensional Barrier, 2 Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and then 2 copies of Evenly Matched here. Wrapping up, once again, this deck is super easy to play. I mean, once again, you look at your opening hand, you're like, oh, okay, go ahead and Therizia set. You got the Judgment at that point and the Frenzy. Like, you're the best Yu-Gi-Oh player in the whole wide world. Like, good luck. Have fun. Like, that's just how good it is. Hey, look, we got Diplos, we got Fossil Dig, we're ending on Gozen and other good stuff. Okay. Next up here is 60 card Hero. Now, you say like most of these hero decks try to optimize really well. This feels like the opposite. We took as many good engines as we could, and we went ahead and we slapped them together. Now, I'm not taking away and saying that, this didn't work out, because it did. They did find success out of their event here. 3rd place is pretty good for what you would expect out here. So I find that a little bit interesting before somebody's like, oh, like that's a lot of stuff. I mean, I understand. But once again, just the ideas and things that you can warp together for heroes and actually, have work out, I think is pretty interesting. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. We have the 1 Durusworm with your triple Magna Hut. You got the 1 Dark Angel with your 1 Denier. We have 2 copies of Malicious with your 1 Plasma. Triple copies of Droll and Lockbird with your 1 copy of Blazeman. I also have the 1 Honest Neos with your 1 Liquid Soldier. 2 copies of Shadow Mist with your 1 copy Spirit of Neos. And then, of course, you got 2 Stratman. 1 Dragon Keeper, triple Faris with your 1 Increase. You also have 2 Vion with your 1 copy of Neos, your triple Hero Lives, your triple Book of Moon with your 1 Called By, of course Foolish Burial with triple Droplet. You also have triple Fusion Destiny with your 2 Mass Change, 1 Miracle Fusion, 2 Poly, 1 Rhoda, triple Talents with 2 Thrust, your 1 Favorite Contact, and of course we got triple Imperm in this bad boy. Then we have 1 Wonder Driver, 1 Infernal Deviser with 1 Cross Crusader. I also have the 1 Baguski, the 1 Chaos Angel with the 1 Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, 1 Dark Law with 1 Blast. We have 1 Guardian Chimera with 1 Sunrise. Of course, we have the Shining Flame Neos Wingman with basic Infernal Rage. And then we have Absolute Zero, DP, and of course, Dangerous. Then we have triple Ghost Spell, your triple Kurikara, your 1 Dystopia, 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple Dark Ruler, no more, and of course, we have triple copies of Solemn Judgment here. Wrapping up an interesting hero pile is the best way we're going to put this. And the last one we have for you here is, this is Yang Xing with Sword Soul, sporting off Decoy Dragon? I've seen a lot of piles in my day, but I think this might be one of the most interesting ones. I would almost say that this is like Synchro good stuff. Sword Soul Synchro good stuff, I guess. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, of course. We got triple copies of Effect Veiler with your triple copies of Incredible Ecclesia. We have 1 copy of Giotto with 1 copy of Magma Dragon. We also have 1 copy of Decoy, triple copies of Moyi, 2 copies of Tae with only 1 Long Dong. Okay. We also have 2 copies of Ara Ara, triple copies of Ashuna with your 1 Synthana, 2 copies of Vishuda with your 1 copy of the Abyss Sword Soul, and then we got triple Zephyrath, triple Zephyranu, triple Zephyraxi with your 1 Called By, triple Heavenly Dragon Cycle, your triple Oracle, 2 copies of Desires, triple Sword Soul Emergence, 1 Summit with 1 Terraforming. We also got triple Vessel, triple Zephyr Providence, 1 copy of 9 Pillars, your 1 Blackout, your 1 Divine Strike, and 1 War. Then we got 1 Shaman with your triple Monk, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Yazi with 1 Chang Ying. We also have 1 Qingxing Longyun, 1 Tu Chi Zhao, 1 copy of Draco Berserker, 1 Dangalong, of course. Why wouldn't we have him? 1 Chao Feng, and the 2 Boxia. And then, of course, we have 1 Pankratops, 1 copy of Adgrave. Okay, so we're getting places here. We have 2 Cosmic Cyclone, triple Dark Ruler, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Raigeki, and triple Evenly Matched here. Wrapping up your chunk of cards is going to be the best thing that we're going to say today. So what do you think about these innovations. Please, if you comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.